The best investments for small accounts, 50 euros to 500 euros. If you think you need a lot of money to start investing, you're already losing, because while you're waiting to have more money, you're missing the one thing that actually builds wealth: time. And in this video, I'm going to show you the best investments for small accounts, even if you're starting with just 50 to 500 euros, and how to use them to build real long-term wealth. Let's be real for a second. Most beginner investors with small capital make the same mistake. They try to flip their money fast. They chase crypto hype. They buy random stocks. They follow trends on social media. And then they lose money. Not because investing is hard, but because they're using the wrong strategy for a small account. Here's the truth most beginners don't realize. Small money needs a smart system, not risky bets. Because when your capital is small, your biggest advantage is not speed, it's consistency and protection. So instead of asking, what's the fastest way to grow 50 euros, you should be asking, what's the safest way to build this into something bigger over time? That's the shift. And once you understand this, everything changes. So let's break it down into a simple framework. The best investments for small accounts are not random. They follow one rule: low cost, diversified, and built for long-term growth. Investment number 1. Index funds and ETFs. This is the foundation. If you're learning how to invest with little money, this is where you start. An ETF is basically a basket of investments. Instead of buying one stock, you're buying hundreds at once. For example, one ETF can give you exposure to the entire global market. That means even with 50 euros, you're already diversified. Why is this powerful? Because diversification reduces risk, and for beginner investing strategy, reducing risk is everything. This is what passive investing is all about. You don't try to beat the market, you become the market. Investment number 2. Dividend ETFs, or dividend stocks. Now this is where things get interesting, because instead of just growth, you also start generating income. Dividends are payments companies give you just for owning their stock. So over time, you're not just investing, you're building a cash flow machine. Even if it starts small, it grows. And when you reinvest those dividends, that's when compounding kicks in. This is how long-term investors build wealth, quietly, consistently, without stress. Investment number 3. Global index exposure. This is something most beginners ignore. They invest only in what they know. One country, one stock, one idea. That's risky. Instead, you want exposure to the world, US markets, European markets, emerging markets, because the future of growth is global. And again, ETFs make this simple. One investment, global exposure. Now, let me give you a simple example. Imagine two beginners. Both start with 100 euros. Person A tries to double it fast. They buy hype stocks. They jump in and out. They panic when the market drops. After a few months, they're either stuck or they've lost money. Person B does something different. They invest in a simple ETF. They add 50 euros every month. They ignore noise. They stay consistent. Fast forward a few years, person B wins. Not because they were smarter, but because they followed a system. Now, let's talk about the biggest mistakes you must avoid. Mistake number 1, trying to get rich fast. Small accounts don't grow through speed. They grow through discipline. Mistake number 2, overcomplicating everything. You don't need 10 investments. You need one solid strategy. Mistake number 3, stopping too early. This is where most people fail. They start, then quit, and they never see results. Here's the truth. Building wealth long-term is simple, but it requires patience. So here's your action plan. Start with 50 to 500 euros. Choose a broad market ETF. Optionally, add a dividend ETF. Invest consistently every month. Reinvest everything. And stay focused on the long term. That's it. No guessing, no hype.
just a proven system. And if you follow this, you won't just learn investing for beginners, you'll actually start building wealth. Final thought: you don't need more money to start. You need a better strategy. If you want to go deeper, watch the next video where I show you exactly which ETFs beginners are using to build wealth step by step. And if you're serious about investing smarter, subscribe to Online Investment Compass, because here we don't chase hype, we build wealth the right way.